Khachanov snaps 9-month streak with win over Ruud at Canadian Open. Sometimes, one victory can shatter months of frustration and rewrite the story. Karen Khachanov's latest triumph at the Canadian Open has done exactly that. Let's set the scene. Khachanov, known for his relentless baseline play and steel nerves, has advanced to his 10th career ATP Masters 1000 quarterfinal after overcoming Casper Ruud in Toronto. What sounds like just another impressive win was actually a pivotal moment, full of pressure and drama, and it has tongues wagging for good reason. After confidently taking the first set against Ruud, Khachanov faltered in the second, watching his advantage slip away as Ruud surged ahead to 5-4. But here's where it gets controversial. Rather than crumbling under the momentum shift, a scenario that has haunted him for months, Khachanov regrouped and pressed on, eventually securing a straight sets win, 6-4, 7-5. This victory, on paper, one among many in Khachanov's career, which already boasts several Grand Slam quarterfinal showings and a prestigious Masters 1000 crown in Paris, carried far more weight beneath the surface. Why? Because this was no ordinary win. It shattered a lingering streak that had dogged him since late 2023. And this is the part most people miss. Despite his established top 20 status, Khachanov has conspicuously struggled against the ATP's elite for quite some time. In fact, before this match, he hadn't beaten a top 20 ranked player in his last 11 attempts, a drought stretching all the way back to his clutch victory over Grigor Dimitrov in Paris nearly 9 months ago. That's a talking point that divides fans. Is a player still considered elite if they aren't beating their peers at the very top? According to Opta-A statistics, Khachanov's win over Ruud finally broke that uncomfortable 11-match losing streak against top 20 opponents, a record most ATP pros would be desperate to erase. Notably, his previous high, the Paris Masters semi-final run, ended at the hands of Ugo Humbert in a tense 3-set battle. Since then, consistent success at the highest tier had proven elusive. But now, after his breakthrough in Canada, Khachanov has an opportunity to ride this momentum. Should he get past rising American ace Alex Michelsen in the quarters, a player fresh off his own notable win over Lerner Tien? Khachanov's reward would likely be a daunting semifinal clash against world number 1 Alexander Zverev or defending Canadian Open champion Alexei Popyrin, both of whom bring their own headline-grabbing achievements and fan followings. Talk about a test of form. Who do you think poses the bigger threat? Let's not ignore the numbers. Khachanov's near flawless serving performance against Ruud practically leapt off the stat sheet. While he only landed a modest 56% of his first serves, a figure many would consider risky, at the pro level, he astonishingly lost just a single first serve point in the entire match. That adds up to a jaw-dropping 97% success rate, making it, as even the Tennis Channel commentators said, as good as a serving day as you can possibly have. Khachanov himself seemed taken aback by this achievement, noting that even though his serve percentage wasn't as high as usual, where 65 to 70% is often considered the gold standard, it's the quality, not just the quantity, that mattered. "I can't complain about that stat as well," he remarked, clearly satisfied with this pivotal aspect of his game. Here's where debates might heat up. Should we measure elite players by their stats? Or do moments like breaking a long losing streak define their legacy? Can Khachanov leverage this renewed confidence to claim another Masters title and finally deliver against the sport's very best when it matters most? Now, over to you. Does this win signal a new chapter for Khachanov, or is it just a brief interruption in a worrying pattern? Is breaking one streak enough to change a narrative? Share your thoughts. Do you agree this is his turning point? Or do you think tougher tests are still ahead?